Hey, beautiful guys, gals, woodland creatures, fairies, incarnated gods and goddesses, everybody. All right, I'm doing some astrology. What's up? I don't like to be hyper focused on the astrology of life every single day, because that gets too much. But it is good to know just what are the current energies, why is all this going on, whatever it is at the time. So like every week, every couple weeks, every month. So I haven't done this for a little while because no one watches astrology videos. But I was feeling like, let's look, what's going on? So I'm sure that probably you all have heard, I forgot to say, this is Mountain Mama. My name's Trina. Thank you for stopping by. Welcome. And let's get to it. I'm sure you've heard that the outer planets are all retrograde. I talked about that in my video like a month or more ago. So what happens when you have all the outer planets in retrograde? It's basically kind of a condensing energy. The spiritual energies are kind of grinding us like you're in a mortar and pestle. So the outer planets are already the planets of transformation. The spiritual planets, they are the planets that make outer events that we feel are out of our control, that we did not choose, did not plan, did not manifest, whatever. These are the outer energies that are outside of our ego. They're not inner planets, okay? Not the sun, moon, not Venus, not Mars. So they seem, these energies seem outside of us. What is being done to us, coming at us for some higher purpose, could be transformation, could be things that we don't understand until later. So when these outer planets that are very strong, beautiful, but intense transformative energies, when they go retrograde, it's really like pushing you to more directly and inwardly experience, is the interface, come face to face with these energies and have to kind of really sit with them, versus when they're direct and we're more kind of just doing our lives and going with the flow a little bit more. All right, so we have these energies, okay, with Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, and Saturn, all have been retrograde. So all have been just kind of laser beaming their energies onto us. Yeah, and kind of grinding their shoes a little bit into some of our faces. Which, some of us like that, and it can be good to a point. Sometimes it starts to feel a little bit much. Saturn now is getting close to going direct, which actually means it's really bearing down, because it's like a car. When you go from going forward to going in reverse, or from going reverse to going, forward and drive, you got to stop first. Like, you can't go 60 miles an hour this way and suddenly be going 60 miles an hour the other way, right? You got to slow to a stop, shift gears, and then slowly take off, okay, going back the other way. So that's how it is when a planet is about to go from retrograde to direct, or vice versa. So when you hear people talking about the, Mercury retrograde, it's coming out of retrograde, but it's going to be in shadow for 2 weeks. That means it's having to stop and then slowly go the other way. So it's still, you know, grinding down, bearing down, okay, on you. Now it all depends, of course, what's happening in your own natal chart as to, you know, how strongly you feel these energies when they're doing their thing, when they're doing their magic, you know. If you have major planets, especially outer planets here, having strong aspects, tight conjunctions, tight squares to your personal planets, your really important planets here, sun, moon, you know, ascendants, the angles, and yeah, somewhat your personal planets too, Venus, Mars, and all that, Mercury, then you're gonna feel it more intensely, okay? So like right now, Saturn is moving still backwards, going from 14 degrees Capricorn to 13 degrees Capricorn, and then it's gonna stop and slowly go back the other way from 13 degrees to 14 degrees and keep going direct. So anyone who has, you know, their sun or moon or ascendant anywhere from, you know, 10 degrees Capricorn to 19 degrees Capricorn, you know, give or take a few degrees on either side, they're going to feel this very strongly, you know, this stopping, coming to a stop, grinding you up in the meat grinder, and going the other way. Okay, so, you know, like I have a friend who has a 12 degrees Capricorn sun. Yeah, so she's going to be feeling this 13 degrees coming to a full stop, Saturn right there on her sun, and just, you know, grinding the boot in before he makes his point and goes forward. Okay, so looking at the positive, you know, aspects, the positive side, you know, the upside, whatever, to these aspects. All of the outer planets, you know, these are basically all serving a purpose in our lives, in our psyche, helping us evolve, helping us grow. That can be annoying, like, yeah, I'm fucking tired of growing. Cool, thank you. But, yeah, I mean, these are archetypal, physical, 3D manifestation of these gods or goddesses, their energies, all right? So if you think about it like that, you know, look back at myths, you will see that these stories, these myths of gods, they translate, you know, channel through in the physical, through these physical bodies, these planets, you know, they are those energies. They are those gods. So how do we connect with them? You know, you look at your natal chart. If you know anything about your natal chart, you're going to see how well you do with each of these energies, okay? Or how much your purpose in this particular lifetime is about interfacing with this god versus that god or whatever, okay? Deities, archetypal energies, whatever you want to call them, whatever is working for you. If that word gods bothers you, okay, then just ignore it. So yeah, if you're coming in and you've got prominent Saturn in your natal chart, Saturn on your moon, Saturn opposed your sun, Capricorn moon, you're going to be spending a lot of this lifetime working with, dancing with the lessons that Saturn is bringing. And we know that Saturn, you know, on the difficult side is obstacles that you got to overcome. You know, it's kind of like the stern father energy saying, no, you can't have that. No, you can't go out. No, you're grounded. Okay, so that's Saturn. But on the positive side, Saturn is the planet of manifestation, of manifesting, of putting in the hard work, learning the lessons, overcoming the obstacles, and then getting the reward of your own efforts, you know, of your own not giving up. So there's this like beautiful side to Saturn, because here, you know, on planet Earth in 3D, you cannot manifest anything. You cannot manifest shit or create anything without aligning with and harmonizing with the energies of Saturn. Saturn is reality 3D. So if you're very Neptunian, you know, and you have great vision, very Piscean, you know, and you have just all kinds of vision, but you don't become acquainted with the Saturn within you, the ability to manifest within you, you're not willing to do the hard work, be consistent. Yeah, Saturn is consistency, you know, not giving up, plugging away day after day, year after year at something. So if you don't have your Saturn in a healthy way in your life, you can't manifest all these beautiful visions, okay? So I might be talking a little bit out there for those of you who just want like the daily. Let me bring it down a little bit now, okay? The outer planets are all in retrograde. So we are getting a little bit, you know, tumbled. If you don't like the meat grinder term, let me change it to say we're like stones, you know, getting tumbled into beautiful gems and diamonds when the outer planets are all retrograde and just pressing down on us. Uranus, you know, brings this beautiful energy of pushing you to break out of the box, to push past limitations. Saturnian limitations helps you to push past them, helps you to awaken, see things in a different way, brings sudden out of the blue experiences, and some of them can be really good experiences to you. You know, Neptune is where we are all one, feeling super connected, super connected to, yeah, vision, to spirit, getting messages through this higher connection, through our psyche, through dreams. And this is where we have great compassion, forgiveness, letting go of the ego. So that's Uranus and Neptune. Pluto, you know, you gotta love Pluto. If you have any Scorpio in your chart or strong Pluto in your chart like I do, and some other friends that, you know, I have, Pluto is just relentless with making you really go there to the depths, you know, taking you to hell and back. Pluto is about deep transformation, and not like the light, airy, fairy, easy or superficial kind, but is really becoming acquainted with things on a very deep level, yourself and, you know, intimate connections, and really, you know, looking at the shadow, all the deep down things that you'd like to not deal with. You know, Pluto's going to make you go there, bring up control issues, bring up abuse issues, bring up wounds, bring up deep fears, okay, for the process, yes, of transformation. But yeah, I mean, Pluto's no joke. It's not an easy process. Those of you who've gone through like a Pluto transit on your sun or moon, you know. Okay, so anyway, Saturn right now is coming to a standstill while all these outer planets are all retrograde. Saturn is now stopping, just right on his spot. So again, anyone who's got cardinal signs, not just Capricorn. Yes, if you're a Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, that is anywhere around 13 degrees Capricorn, you're going to feel this standstill of Saturn just standing right on top of you and making things difficult. Like, you know, if you're thinking, why is everything so difficult right now? Why, when I tried this, that, or the other, am I hitting walls? It's Saturn, okay? And Saturn is really pushing you. It could be pushing you in different ways. It could be pushing you to work harder. It could be pushing you to just get better at overcoming the obstacles. It could be pushing you to learn to let go until the obstacles pass. Like, only you know what it is you're going to be learning when Saturn presses down on you. You're going to basically, you're on an obstacle course and you're trying to figure out, okay, how do I overcome this one? How do I get out of here? How do I get there? So that's what's going on there. Now, the other thing I want to talk about, there is right now this big cluster of planets, all inner planets, okay, Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, all in Virgo. And all basically squared Jupiter in Sagittarius, fire. So those of you who are Virgos, Sun, Moon, or Rising, you're going to be feeling this a lot. Not in that super intense outer planets way. It could be in a positive way with Venus and Mars together. Could be coming together in a romantic love relationship. This is the feminine and masculine, can be divine feminine, divine masculine, sacred union kind of thing when Venus and Mars come together, especially if it's hitting your sun, your moon, your rising. But it also is a lot of Virgo energy. So there's going to be an increase if you have Virgo or any of the mutable signs that are toward the end degrees. Yeah, you're going to feel some positive energy, but also when you have a lot of Virgo energy, there can be some getting critical, overthinking things, over worrying things. With Venus and Mars together, it can be having fears or worries about this sacred union relationship. For those of you who struggle with feeling irritable, if you have your sun, moon, or rising at those end degrees of Virgo, you know, let's see, how many degrees is Mars? Yeah. So, sorry, my thing just turned the page. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, it's only about 13 degrees Mars. So it's more in the middle. Okay. If you have these prominent planets in the middle of Virgo, you're going to feel maybe some extra irritability with Mars there. If you're more towards the end, 21 degrees Virgo, Venus is there. You can be actually feeling really good, especially in love relationships. You can be really focusing on cultivating your abundance, your money. And Mercury is 18 degrees Virgo. So yeah, there can just be a lot of overthinking things and a little bit of extra worry. There can be an extra focus on health because Virgo is the planet of health. It's ruling the 6th house of health and work. So if you're getting hit with all this extra energy with Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, all in Virgo, and it's hitting your natal planets, Sun, Moon, Rising, it could be affecting you at work. It could be affecting your health. Not in any kind of, you know, negative or crucial long-term kind of way. That would take some other stuff, you know, some Pluto and whatever. But no, this is just, it's intensifying the Virgo energy for those of you who have already a lot of Virgo energy. Okay. Also, this Sun, Venus, Mars, Mercury being squared by Jupiter in Sagittarius fire. Jupiter is there challenging all this Virgo energy, okay? Because Virgo wants things exactly so. Virgo wants to understand what's going on. Virgo wants to, you know, really go over everything, analyze, turn every stone, be meticulous, think things through, figure them out. Jupiter there is just pure expansion and faith and vision. Okay, it's a very spiritual planet, and it's in a fire sign of vision and just following your impulses, not stopping to think about things, knowing intuitively what you need to do. So Jupiter is there kind of possibly expanding, because it's a planet of expansion. For those of you who are having Virgo worries, it can be expanding them right now. But it's really challenging you, okay? Those with the Virgo planets, the mutable planets, it's challenging you to expand and come into a higher level of use of your Virgo energies, okay? We're just talking about health, healing, connecting to the earth, and yes, seeing things clearly, but not over analyzing, overdoing it, over worrying, but coming more into this Jupiterian, visionary, intuitive, moving forward energy. Okay, so Jupiter is coming in as a benefic, spiritual expander in this case. What else do I want to say real quick? Yeah, I talked a ways back about Pluto and Saturn being conjunct. Ugh, my pages keep turning. Pluto and Saturn being conjunct right now. You know, it's not super tight right now because Saturn went retrograde and moved away from Pluto a little bit, but they are still conjunct. Okay, 14 degrees and 20 degrees Capricorn. So I talked in the past, you can go back and look at my other astrology videos because I talk longer about it. But basically, there is a dance going on right now with Saturn and Pluto together in Capricorn. Again, if you're a Capricorn, you're going to be feeling this. Pluto there is a bigger, you know, I don't want to say bigger, but it's a more out of our control energy because it's fully outer. Okay, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, they are out of our ego realm. Okay, these come as outer forces, and they are, yes, superpower. So when Pluto's on Saturn, Saturn bridges the worlds, okay, between the human ego and these outer God energies. And he rules, yes, our reality, our 3D experience. So Pluto is coming in and sitting with Saturn and actually helping us all to transform our feelings of being stuck, our fears about obstacles, our fears about being able to manifest, our feelings of lack, you know, our fears about, will I ever really have that or that or that. So Pluto's there actually working right now on helping us transform the way we do Saturn, the way we deal with our obstacles, the way we see Saturn. And hopefully, you know, if we're looking at it on the higher level of a higher experience of Saturn, what would that look like if Pluto helps us really transform it and we do the work? Like I said, the higher frequency of Saturn is manifestation in 3D through our connecting with spirit, yes, but also through our efforts, through our not being, what's the word? You know, through our not giving up.